It is my fervent wish to make these two countries great again. Just call me Hawk. Good evening, my subscribers, fellow South Africans, friends, family, world at large, all humanity. Before I begin this video, please may I ask you to subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up for like, and more likes, more views, ring the bell icon so you can be notified of upcoming videos. The content of this video might touch your soul, so please share and share again. The Hawk brings you nothing but the truth. The world needs the truth. Donations are greatly appreciated if you try to help so many South Africans with my own funds. But donations are needed now for many in South Africa of all races. Here's the donation link in blue. Be sure you're not unsubscribed. Please note, I operate under the fair use and fair dealings guidelines. Any video clip or any that have been found on this public domain and copyright link to the clip may be found in the description below. Please click the link and enjoy the full video if mentioned in the video. All views expressed are purely my own and based on extensive research. I urge everybody to do their own research on the topic being discussed in this video. This is the Hawk. I want to talk about the biggest lie ever perpetrated on the nation. In the early 90s, we were asked to vote to free the people of South Africa from apartheid. Yes, we did. And we were lied to. We had all hoped that this miracle that came out would be the freedom of South Africa. But it wasn't to be. It was a lie. It was all a lie. In the early 1993, a document was produced by the ANC which lists the boiling of the frog. They will boil the white people in hot water like a frog in hot water. It doesn't know it's going to die. Today on my YouTube channel, or the last 2 days, I've had P-Boy telling us how the Mlungus are going to be all wiped out in South Africa, the white people, the foam from the sea. He doesn't even know where the word comes from. But he's attacking me, telling me that we don't know what we're talking about. And another gentleman attacking me, telling me all about how can I be complaining about a duly elected government. Well, we do know for a fact that the last election was lost by the ANC. It was actually won by the DEA. And 90% of the votes that did come in for the EFF were triple and double and sometimes 4 times voted for. So, free and fair, I doubt it. So let's go back to the beginning again. Henry Kissinger, back in the day, and all those cronies like Soros and company and Oppenheimer, the Ruperts and all of them got together, decided what they were going to do with South Africa. And they forced this narrative down our throats with the help of de Klerk. And now your Reserve Bank has got no money. Most of the politicians that are in South Africa are corrupt. In the endless videos that I've put out on corruption is probably trillions. And don't look at this video. Please go back into my videos and go look at the series I did on corruption. I listed, for 5 videos, I listed for almost half an hour at a time, incident after incident after incident of corruption. Now the Moodley report's coming out that South African rand will go into junk status. That means you'll be close to $16, 16 rand to the dollar. And if it gets to the Iraqi kind of dinar money, then you literally might as well take toilet rolls of money, bags and bags of money to buy bread. Your money will be worth nothing. You'll be taking 1,000 rand for $1. That's how bad it will be. The situation is dire. It means that you are basically in junk status. You go one step from junk status right now. And if that Moodley report comes out tomorrow, your rand dollar exchange is going to literally go in the toilet. And the reason being is of the lie. P Boy on YouTube decides to attack me, puts out that he's not worried about the US troops coming in there because these are little toy boys. Don't be stupid. I've been in 4 wars. I've seen firsthand what happens to people. And I've seen the best military in the world do what it can do. You won't even see it coming. But that's not what I want. I want peace in South Africa. I've seen war. It doesn't work. And 90% of the people in South Africa don't realize they're being used. Now, the biggest lie of all. Farm murders. Ramaphosa in the UN says he spoke to Trump and he saw Trump's tweet and it was absolute nonsense. Well, that's the lie. Absolute lie. So why the rand dollar exchange is in a mess. So why the country's in a mess. Why no politician has been arrested for corruption. Why Zuma is still running around okay. Why Malema is still running around okay. And why it's okay for black people to call for the killing of whites. On YouTube, Mr. P Boy, that's what you called for. Because it's okay. In reality, you should be put in jail. One lady got put in jail for saying the K word. For 3 years. But you calling for advocating the killing of white people. Just to wipe them out. Do you hear white people saying that? Don't give me the nonsense about apartheid. 21,000 people died in apartheid. Everybody knows that. I will take anybody on an international court and prove it. What I do not understand is why. Why, when the American government stated that the ANC government, the Pan-African Congress was also, and the South African Communist Party were all terrorist groups, and yet they put them in power. And the result is 25 years of a nightmare. Now I'm showing you statistics today. Henry Papenpost put out a video. I'm going to add it on because I think he's a brave man and he needs to put it on. He's been shot a couple of times. And the world needs to know what's really going on. I put up some statistics for just this month. Things have to change. White people are not going away because nobody will invest in your country. Nobody. Nobody will invest in your country. And believe me, I will make sure it's my avid promise. We will campaign for sanctions. Don't matter what the Russians do. Don't matter what the Chinese do. We'll cut you off. And you'll eat dirt. We'll do what the ANC did before. We'll do it too. And we're doing it. The more and more people are joining us. But we don't want this. We want what we were promised in 1994. We want what we were promised in 1990. Peace. Under the ICC rules, under the Geneva Convention, you cannot take land from people without compensation. That's a war crime. That's a human rights violation. And I don't care what color you are. It's wrong. Ikhuluma Zulu. And I had to learn it myself because I wasn't taught it at school. I had to learn Afrikaans and a few other languages along the way because I wanted it. But the lie is, the farms are being attacked. People are being murdered. Land reform is a human rights violation. Under the guise of what they have right now, it's a human rights violation. You cannot do this way. There is another way. This way is the wrong way. Henry Kissinger, if you get my message, you're a disgrace to humanity. Soros, you're a disgrace to humanity, and I curse you to the ends of the earth. And I hope every nation in the world bans you from entering their countries. Because these are Mlungus that have lied to all of us. These are the same Mlungus you talk about. Not the people that have been born there, but these Kabangas. Because you cannot see the reality of what's going on. Because you listen to people like Malema. You listen to people like Andile Masatama. You listen to these racists like Ace Makashula. These are criminals. Zuma, idiot, can't even count. But you listen to him because you think he's brave and he's strong. No, he's a coward. They're all cowards. They use you. They're using you to do their dirty work for them. And the real criminals are the ones with money. Soros, Anton Rupert, Oppenheimer, the Rhodes Group, De Beers, Anglo-American. These are the ones that you all don't realize are paying the politicians to play in your ear and make you think and then divide you, and you don't see it. You just blame the Mlungu that's living there, but it's not the Mlungu you should be blaming. You should be looking at solutions, not this. And look at your fellow countrymen, not as a white person, not as a black person, not as an Indian person, not as a colored person, but as a South African. Because that is your solution. And then turn around to the Chinese and say, leave. Turn around to the politician that stole your money and should have built a school and say, go to jail. And to the rapists, put him in jail for life. And the murderer, put him in jail for life. And the thief that took your money, that didn't build the road, that your children can't walk on anymore. And then the clinics and the hospitals. And this sick stuff they're teaching the children at school on pornography as sex education. So the children as young as 10 years old can masturbate and be able to stimulate themselves. And this disgusting stuff that you guys are doing. Why? And the crime and the rape. But the politicians, none of you have put them in jail because you're all scared, because you're all cowards, because you won't deal with it. And you, Ramaphosa, you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. They're killing the farmers. And you think the world doesn't know. And you lied at the UN. You lied in Europe. And you're lying to our people, black and white. And when the Moodley report comes out and the Rand is in junk status, do not look at anybody else but yourself. Because I know what you're going to do. You're going to up the petrol price to cover up the mess. But you should have had the gold in the gold reserves to prop up the Rand. It's not there anymore because your people stole it. And you stole it from the people. And that's treason. And that's treason. On the 16th of December, I'm calling on all people, black and white, colored, Indian, stand up. Stand up and demand change. And here's the change you need. Demand hospitals. At least one new hospital every year. At least 10 clinics every year. At least 5 schools every year. And at least start pushing roads. If you build it, they will come. Start lie detecting the policemen. Not all of them are bad. Start training teachers, doctors, lawyers, not lawyers, but doctors, nurses, and teachers. And decent policemen. This is your education. This is your future. The money should have gone to that. So, if I was the president, the first thing I would do, all rapists would immediately put in jail for life. All murderers, life. You never come out. No parole, no nothing. I would build new prisons. Prisons where the prisoners work for their money. Work so you don't have to pay them. They will eat what they work for. Otherwise, they don't eat. Car hijackers, 30 years right off the bat, never come out. 30 years. That's what you will get for car hijacking. If you rape a child, you'll never come out. If you rape a woman, you'll never come out. Any rape, you'll never come out. Every single politician in South Africa will go through a number of tests to find out where they got their money from. You cannot become a politician if you lie. If you have something behind you, if you have a criminal record, you'll all be arrested or you never get into politics. I would seize every single person that was in that list that I showed you. Every one of them would be, all their assets would be arrested, seized and put it back into the government. Any monies that's inappropriately taken will be recollected and put back into the coffers. Every year, new schools will be built. Every year, new roads will be done. Every year, new clinics. And every year, a bursary will be put out for doctors, lawyers, teachers, and nurses. I retract the lawyer part. Education is the key. And these teachers will go to international schools. That's what I would do. Hospitals will be fully functional. Well-paid doctors with well-educated doctors that are South Africans. Crime will not pay. Any politician that screams racism, straight out, banned. Anybody that advocates the murder of another race, out. There will be no reference to color in South Africa. That's what I would do. You will not be classed as a color. You will be classed as a race of people called South Africans. Because there is only one race, the human race. Every child will go to school till matric. Without fail, you will go. Every boy and girl in the country will do military training for 1 year. The police will be completely revamped, completely. If you cannot pass the fitness test, you're out. Military, anybody over 60 years old, you're out. You cannot pass the fitness test, you're out. I would create co-op farming. Each farmer will be given a plot of land. There will be a manager. There will be a whole system put in place that is well managed, audited, and governed correctly. There will be checks and balances, and we will become the exporter of goods, not the importer of goods. No more will these rich overseas companies come there and just rape our people. If I was the president, it would not happen. I'll be just like Trump. You make the right deal or you go away. No more welfare programs for girls to have babies just to get 800 Rand for free. So that little girls of 10 years old, 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old are having babies. Because the person that rapes that child or makes that child pregnant at that age is going to jail for life. You're going to jail for life. The legal age of consent will be 18. No more young babies having babies. I'll introduce AIDS programs. Educate AIDS on AIDS. And there will be no racist laws. None. There will be one law. Hawke's Law. There will be no race law. There will be no BEE law. There will be no free ride. Everybody works. I will cut unemployment down to 1%. Not 50%, 1%. Watch me. All foreigners in the country, you either have a job or you don't have a job. No more free ride. There will be a proper border. There will be no more coming across the border, stealing and leaving. No more Mozambicans coming this way, no more Zimbabweans, no more Nigerians, and any drug dealer caught that is selling drugs, you're going to jail for life. No more drugs. Traffickers, human traffickers, believe me, you won't like what I'm going to do to you. There will be no more crime. We'll fix it the hard way. As for land reform, 75% of the land that is now not being used and being wasted by the South African government, and the farms that those poor black farmers got farms and couldn't do them because they didn't have money, that will change. We'll do co-op farming. We'll split the land up. Do it right. And if there is white farmers that need their farms taken away, well, then we will pay them for their farms at the right price. And those farms will be split up into numerous little farms for people to farm. But it has to be legitimate. There will be a government bank run by independent controlling bodies that are double checked, triple checked, and double triple checked. Loans will be given out to farmers, to farmland, at a percentage basis. That's how I would be as your president. But I'm not your president. I'm just the hawk. Your biggest problem in South Africa is racism. Because racism has blinded you all from what is possible. On the 16th of December, walk outside and hug your neighbor. And call it USAC Day. And then look up to the Lord. And say, please, Lord, heal my land. It's bleeding. Our women are being raped. Our people are murdered every day. And we want peace. And we want to stop being lamili. Stop being hungry. And you can do this. But stop looking at your fellow men. Start looking at who's controlling your politicians. Who is corrupting them. And they're back there now. Same people that destroyed Rhodesia. Henry Kissinger, the kiss of death. Soros, who funds Antifa and all these gay and stupid stuff that is not okay. And pushes this agenda for child molestation and sex education. And I don't care if you're gay, straight, whatever you are, but you don't put it on people. You don't force your agenda on people. Because then you're just as bad as the rest of them. I don't care if you're gay. Keep your gay to you and your friends, but don't put it on our children. They can make their own decisions when they're old enough. Now this Papampus guy. I've seen a couple of his videos. He's a brave man. He's just telling the truth. He's not trying to hide nothing. He doesn't want to kill black people. He just wants the world to know, just like me, what's really going on. Because of the color of my skin. Really? Is that what this is about? The color of my skin? So take for example, instead of Africa, you're living in America. Would you say the same thing you say now? People fought civil wars over this. Apartheid was removed because of racism. But it's okay to say, let's just kill the Mlungus. We'll just wipe all the Mlungus out. And then when they're all gone, it's okay. There's people like me out there that don't like this. I've been in 4 wars and I'm still here. And I've seen many, many bad things. War is not the answer. You have to look at the truth. And the truth is not what you think it is. It's not because the Mlungu has a house, or that guy's got a house, or he has a BMW, or he's got money. because that is shallow. That is a surface. That is nothing. Look around you. Look at the big picture. Just because that politician drives a Mercedes-Benz and they get out, they stole your tax money, buddy. You shouldn't be driving Mercedes-Benz. They should be driving a cheap car. Nobody justifies R1,000,000. Nobody. Nobody's that good. R1,000,000 a month? Are you really serious? How can you justify that when your people are living in shit? You cannot justify it. When your schools are falling apart, you have no clinics, and the hospitals are a mess. And tomorrow and the next day, if I'm hoping to get all this information together, young girl, car accident, went to hospital. She lay on the table for 4 hours. 4 hours. This CAT scan machine couldn't work. She was bleeding on the brain. And the father was holding her hand while she's dying. And the security guy comes, hey, you need to leave. You've been here long enough. That's the ignorance of what we have here. And the doctor comes and says she's bleeding on the brain. There's nothing I can do. But if it was in America or England or any other country, they would have put that girl on an operating table and relieved the blood from her brain. And she may have lived. 22 years old, getting married next week. Because of incompetent and uneducated people who don't care. You just don't care. How many people come there? I've seen black people on beds with no mattresses, and yet all the beds were outside in the rain, all just dumped out there. Why? The Johannesburg General Hospital doesn't have enough medicine to do operations. The biggest hospital in Africa at one stage. Look at these statistics. Look at this video. And then watch Ramaphosa lie. This is the hawk. I just want to thank everybody for the donations, and I'll put your names up without your last names to thank you in my next video. If you've been unsubscribed, please subscribe again, because they're deliberately doing it. Tell your friends to please share this video. The world needs to know. Please subscribe, share, like, hit the bell. Don't forget the 16th of December, everybody. This is not about white people. My USEC sign is the history of South Africa in a big old circle. Yes, it does have the old South African flag. Come on, man. We got to grow up. But it also has the new flag. And it shows the history of South Africa. What shall we do in the last piece? Show blood? Or show happiness? Prosperity? Think about what I've said today. Don't look at the color of my skin because I'm a white man. Think of the truth I'm telling you. Think of the people that are conning you. Think of what you have seen in 25 years. Is it any better than it was before? Nope. It ain't. And don't believe the lie about apartheid. I lived in apartheid. I know what it was about. Was apartheid right? No. But was the system okay? Yes. There was law and order. And if there's no law, If the law does not prevail, you have no law. That is a fact. Watch these videos.
So I'm going to read some statistics of farm attacks from the 1st to the 8th of October. Assault. Assault not home. Severe assault and rape tied up. Shot at home. Arm cut severely. Vehicle, cell phones, vehicle stolen, not injured. Wounded. Averted. Threatened owner. Averted. November 8 to the 16th. 3 attackers slightly injured. 2 attackers shot dead. 3 attackers shot. No number on attackers tied up. Household goods stolen. 6 attackers, rifle, handgun, TV, jewelry, cell phones. Hit in the face. 5 attackers. 2 firearms, household items. 2 attackers shot, shrapnel in face. 3 attackers. Beaten, intruder was Shambach. 4 attackers. Cell phone, tablet. 1 student severely assaulted. 3 attackers stabbed several times. 5 attackers, revolver, pistol, and cell phone, shotgun, ammunition, TV, tied up. To the 31st. 3 attackers, struck in face, jumped on her feet. 2 attackers, cell phones, firearm, and jewelry stolen, severely assaulted. No, unknown, thrown petrol bombs into house. Unknown, toe shot off. 4 attackers, wedding rings, cell phones, household goods, no injuries. 2 attackers, vital items, valuable items, suffocated to death. Suffocated to death. Another one, no number of attackers, but assaulted with knobkerries. These are sticks with balls on top, made out of wood.
Good afternoon. My name is Henry Papenfuss and I'm bringing you this shocking news from South Africa on Monday the 4th of November 2019. Only 2 days after South Africa won the Rugby World Cup for 2019. Please listen very carefully to these statistics. This is happening on a daily basis and the world, as well as the rest of South Africa, is silent. For the period 1 January 2019 to the end of May 2019, there were 184 terrorist attacks and 20 farmers brutally murdered in South Africa. 34 terrorist attacks. During the month of June 2019, there were 34 terrorist attacks and 6 farm murders, whilst 3 farm attacks were averted. 39 terrorist attacks. During July 2019, there were 39 terrorist attacks, 4 farm murders and 4 farm attacks were averted. 45 terrorist attacks. During August 2019, there were 45 terrorist attacks, 4 farmers brutally murdered, while 6 farm attacks were successfully averted. 46 terrorist attacks. During September 2019, there were 46 terrorist attacks and 7 farmers brutally murdered, whilst one attack was averted. And the authorities continue to deny the existence of these heinous crimes. 28 terrorist attacks. During the month of October 2019, there were 28 terrorist attacks and 3 farm murders, whilst 1 farm attack was successfully averted in South Africa. To sum this up, 376 terrorist attacks and 44 farmers brutally slaughtered on farms for 2019, and this figure is rising daily. A staggering statistic, and the government says it's not happening. the brutal truth, and the world is silent. This is happening to our farmers, to our people. Why are you so silent? This information was supplied by the Rome Research Institute of South Africa.
To say how are you and all that, but on the tweet itself, it was clearly misinformed. And whoever gave him that information was completely wrong. There are no killings of farmers or white farmers in South Africa.
So I'm back again. I hope you enjoyed that. The world needs to know. It's a sad day that a man has to risk his life to tell the world that he's been shot a few times and this is what's happening to his people. It's so wrong. It really is. Before I go, I'll tell you a story about a farmer taking his daughter to school since she was a little girl. She's 15 years old. She's beautiful. They stopped the truck. They pulled the father out and they beat him to death while they raped his 15-year-old daughter. And they raped her. And they raped her. And they beat the father to death. And there was nothing he could do. And the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, in a bold-faced lie, tells the world that nothing's happening. I'm sorry, but I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. What is happening is absolutely wrong. And if you did it to a black child, I would kick your ass just as bad as I would kick a person that did it to a white child. It doesn't matter. It's all wrong. And it's happening to the black communities every day too. And what I don't understand is why people allow it to happen. It is wrong. It is totally wrong. By December, which is my birthday, by the way, in December, I would like this channel to be up to 20,000. So please share with your friends, ask your friends to join. We need to get the subscriptions up, and I'll tell you why. 20,000 pushes us even further wide. We gotta do this. The more the world knows, the better. The more the world hears the story, the better. The more we can get this to stop. It just has to stop. That's as simple as that. It just has to stop. It has to be recognized that there's a serious problem. And why has the world abandoned us? Because it was a setup, 1994. They set us up. They set everybody up. And now they're using the populace to get what they will. And in the end, you will have no mineral rights. You will have no money. And you'll be Zimbabwe all over again. And for what reason? I don't get the reason. What's the point of destroying a country and its people? For money? It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. And the rest of Africa is the same way. Destroyed because of these people. For what point? Is it to keep black Africa in a mess all the time so they can steal the wealth and corrupt the politicians? Please share my videos. Please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell for more videos, more to come. I'm working on something in Mozambique. I'll tell you the story about the young girl in my next upcoming videos. This is the Hawk. I'm out of here. Take care, and thank you again for the donations. It's really appreciated. It's helping. I promise you. Take care. And please, South Africa, stop killing each other. Stop with the racism. Stop raping your mothers and your children. Stop raping your daughters and little girls and killing people. Why? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Look who's getting you to kill them. And what do you gain? You gain nothing. And lose your soul to God. And you lose your soul to the hell. You're going to go to hell. Because when you leave, you will not have land. When you leave, you will not have the girlfriend. When you leave, you will not have the BMW. And you will not have the rand in your hand. You will not even have clothes. All you will be holding is the sins of your life in your hands. And you will be as naked as you came before God. And then you're going to show God, these are my sins. Because this is all I have. And the day you kill somebody is the day you know you've lost your soul. Just remember that. Because the truth will set you free.
Just a reminder, USAC, United South African Coalition, rally on the 16th of December. All are welcome. We want positive change. 25 years of nothing is nothing. Thanks again for watching. This is the Hawk. I'm out of here. Take care and be safe out there.